The thing about the history of corporate innovation labs, at least as I understood it, GE, Kodak, others started in the early 1900s, and by 1920, the notion of a domain-specific corporate lab was well established, and by the time World War II came around in the US, most every major industrial player had domain expertise of everything from basic to applied research. And if you wanted to work in chemistry, you went to DuPont, and photography, there was Kodak, and GE for turbines and everything else. And World War II changed something dramatically in the United States. Anybody know what it was for research? Does anybody know how many dollars the US government gave universities for research prior to World War II? Any idea? Zero. Does anybody know what the number is today? $60 billion a year. Right? So number one is the US government became the primary source of basic research in the United States by funding not corporate labs, but universities. We take for granted that basic research happens for basic science from the $7 billion of the National Science Foundation, and then the NIH gives $35 billion a year for both basic and applied research, add in DOE and NASA and the DOD, about half of that for mostly applied things with pointy ends. But at the end, so number one, it was U.S. government started funding research. Number two is, guess what happened starting in 1975? Is that VC started to fund startups at a scale of at least, first billions, now tens of billions, and I don't know what's the latest number per year for VC funding. How many? Another $60 billion now, funding not basic research, but clearly applied research of basic science coming out of both universities and corporations. So I think we've seen the transition of, it's not that these labs disappeared. The rationale for, if I'm a corporate CFO, I'd go, help me understand again why this is still 1938 and we ought to own, 1,000 people.
But also, let me add to these numbers. Look up how much money corporations are spending on stock buybacks. Okay.
Should be a war crime strap for that.
Well, what is interesting is that, let me pick on IBM for a minute, and my apologies. But
didn't you use the word
that's why the apology. If IBM would spend half of what he spent on buybacks over the past 10 years on research, okay, they would have been, I claim, it would have been a very different story than we have today. They missed many trends: mobility, cloud, social. Now, they made acquisitions. They tried to make some amends, but they were not looking at enough hypotheses out there, right? The research was focusing a lot on what the existing product lines was, maybe with a little bit of co-innovation with customers. But look how much they spend on buybacks. I do not have the exact number, to be honest with you, so this is not a trick question. It's just that, and IBM is just an example. Again, that's why I said my apologies. There's many corporations. If you look at the trend between over the past 15 years and compare buybacks to R&D, corporate R&D.
It's a great number.
You will see that corporate R&D has remained steady, which means that in real dollars it has gone down, okay? And buybacks kept increasing. Why? Because of short-termism. Why? Because hedge funds want CEOs to perform in specific ways. Guess what? I mean, we're adaptable animals.
So let me be even blunter than Evangelos. At least my conclusion about any company with corporate buybacks that exceeds their corporate R&D dollars should have a logo that says, we really don't know what the hell we're doing. But our CFO's in charge.